You know what I mean? Like, we don't fucking present ourselves as fucking troublemakers or nothing like that. But once the city council had heard about it and everything, there had to be this court date thing set up to try to get an appeal for it to make it happen. And pretty much beg them, like, please let us. You know what I mean? And so Verbos handled that, and we got turned down. And they didn't let us just because it was a rap hip hop thing. So definitely, and even myself, man, I've tried reaching out to the Yakima Herald, the art director. I've tried emailing, fucking DMing personally myself. Nothing. And it's just that's okay.
Harsh. And it's like they didn't even run their studies up.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
It's like they just assumed a rap group, bro. And like I
create this whole like portfolio, like of like, you know what I mean, the albums, you know what I mean. I highlight like lyrics of things that we talk about, reality type shit. You know what I mean, like to show. And it's like it's still not good enough
on a professional level too. Like doing that itself, making a binder itself of just everything, just to prove your point. That's a whole different level of professionalism that their type of that they perceive wouldn't do.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So it's like, you know, we're definitely getting shut out, you know, by these platforms that really could help us. I feel like if more rappers, if they did, you know, Yakima Herald and all of them did more stories on, you know, people who are actually kind of doing something around here, I feel like that definitely would make people look at rappers differently and kind of want to be more on that path. You know what I mean, of like, you know, trying to change the game positively.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, because if they see rappers who are fucking talking about real life shit, doing all these shows and dropping these projects and everything like that, like, you know, and they're maintaining, you know, a crowd, you know, like why not like try to use that, you know, to help guide the younger youth or guide other artists, you know, who might be going in the wrong direction, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing, you know, wrong with people who make gang music or nothing like that. Like, I'm a fan of it myself. I grew up fucking, you know, hearing, you know, SPM, you know, Woody, you know, all those, you know what I mean? All those types of artists and shit like that. Like, but, I mean, that didn't change the way I made music, you know what I mean? It influenced me definitely a lot, you know, on the creative side.
Yeah.
But it definitely didn't fucking, you know, make me want to start fucking rapping about killing people or, you know, drugs, shit like that, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of artists out there who can do that same thing, you know what I mean? Who probably grew up on those sounds, but can dedicate themselves to, you know, R&B or just, you know, hip hop and just not go down that path. But I mean, I feel like nowadays people are like, like that's a long shot type thing. Like we're already so deep into, you know, with the youth and these kids like already being the way they are, you know, it's kind of feel like people look at it as like it's something impossible to change, which it can be, honestly, but it's not gonna be like that for long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this wave of these fucking gang rappers and things like that, like it came in a wave. You know what I mean? It wasn't there before. You know, when did you ever really see like a lot of like gang style rap or anything being highlighted the way it is now? You know what I mean?
Not much at all.
Not saying because it's like, not good, but it's like, you know, it was influenced.
Yeah.
It was influenced. So if it's influential, why not help influence it to go a different direction? Like, you know, people can still make the music they want to make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like what comes with it? You know what I mean? And I definitely feel like myself, a lot of artists around here, the Messy Room Squad, we definitely have the voice, and I feel like we definitely have the power to be able to change that. But it's just hard when people who have that actual power
to give,
they don't give it. You know what I mean? And it's hard, bro. Ask any other rapper around here, they'll tell you it's fucking hard. It is hard, bro. It is not like how it used to be when you were selling your mixtapes out of the back of your trunk or out of your backpack or nothing. It's super, super hard just because of what a lot of people glorify in it, and it just gives it a whole different reputation and label, bro.
Especially in an area where we're not known for music, for artists. You know,
yeah, bro.
Here in Washington alone, we're like name an artist that blew up, really.
Yeah,
you know, Lil Mosey, and he was in Seattle.
Exactly, bro. And it's like a lot of artists who are from Seattle aren't even really from Seattle either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just kind of, now it's just kind of a claim a city type thing.
Yeah.
You know, claim a city in your state. What city's the most popular in your state? Oh, this city, so I'm gonna be something. I'm from this city. You know, California. You know what I mean? People will say that, you know, they're from L.A. You know what I mean? When they're really not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's because L.A. is the most poppin' in California. But I feel like a change will come. You know, there will be some sort of influentiality. It's all just gonna happen like within time. I feel like the more in depth I get with my music, as far as creating and the way I put shit together, it'll create more of an influential feel, influential vibe, and somebody's gonna follow in my footsteps to kind of go down that same path and chase the same dreams that I have, and with the same ambition, the same hopes. Somebody will, you know. It'll be one of you guys. But yeah, oh shit.
If I'm being honest, I kind of want to say like I'm a piece of that, because all my life as a kid I never wanted to really do the normal, like grow up to be in a normal job, whether it was a police officer, a lawyer, or, you know, just the stereotypical successful jobs that you think of. I always wanted to stand out as something different. I always knew myself as something more different, and I never understood what really was realistic for me. And then you kind of started that wave of like, no, you can do what you want. You like the shit you see on TV of people that are like making music, making movies, the movie stars and all that. That is very much possible here in this area. It's just about doing it.
Like, no, yeah, for sure, bro.
And you started that wave, I believe, and from my eyes, that's where it started for me. That's where I started gaining the inspiration to be like, I can actually do this shit.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
I can make a difference. So it did, for me, it did start with music, because I used writing all through school as a way to cope. Once I started like developing and like starting being more aware with my mental health, like that was such a big piece of therapy for me. And then it formed into music, in which I never really got big on music. Obviously, I only got 2 songs out, but I knew I had a voice that was powerful enough to do something with it. Yeah, bro. And that's where this podcast came in. That's why, like you said, you're hoping like you can get your voice out there. That's what this platform is for. That's what I'm using this for.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
It's because I know that I'm not the only one with a voice for mental health, for music, for just anything on a creative side that's outside of the norm.
No, yeah, for sure,
and
bro.
For this to actually happen, like I'm telling you, dude, I appreciate the shit out of this.
No, yeah,
like,
bro, for real.
Like I said, like I look up to you in this form, because you helped me see that there's more to this valley than just settling here, working the jobs that we don't like, or that we feel like we have to just to get the bills paid, or just to feed the family, you know?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, it's like music, bro. Music can be used in any form of like any type of coping mechanism, bro. Like you don't have to be trying to do something and make it far with music in order to make music. Like if you want to make music because it's fucking fun and you like fucking around and you like how dumb you sound on the mic, like then you gotta do that, bro, because that leads to something. Rather if you see it within that moment or not, it leads to something, bro, because I feel like that's where it comes to the whole expectation thing. Like if you tell anybody you're an artist, you have that expectation of, well, he's trying to be big, he's trying to make it to the fucking stars, you know what I mean? But that's not always the fucking case, bro. Think of all of the other artists who are not in those big spotlights but have a platform. I can think of so many fucking artists, bro, that I think should be up there in the fucking big lights rather than some other artists that are there.
You
know what I mean? Think about it, bro. Like there's so many artists out there who aren't in that big spotlight but have that core fan base, have that cult, you know what I mean, of people who feel what that person feels or understands what that person's saying, you know what I mean? You don't have to be fucking trying to get out of the valley and blow up to be doing this music shit, or not even just music. It could be fucking podcasting, fucking videography, photography, whatever, bro. You really don't have to fucking have a certain destination and those in your career field, you know what I mean? Like, or not career field, but like in your hobbies, things like that, you know what I mean? You really don't have to have those goals. You don't have to be trying to fucking make it and blow up, you know, just because you're fucking making music, you know what I mean? And that's where I say, like, where it's the expectations, bro. That's why I feel like what I'm doing with music on my timing, when I decide to put out music, what I want to put out, it's because it's what I want to put out, what I'm feeling, what I feel like other people should hear and maybe will connect with.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this goes to anybody out there too, bro. It's like, don't be fucking afraid to try it, bro. Like, you know, there's so many, you know, homies that I can think of that, like, bro, like, I want to try fucking rapping, bro, because, like, it's fun, you know, and I be freestyling, and I'm like, go ahead, bro, like, fucking do it, bro. Like, well, let's go in the fucking studio and we'll just fuck around, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just like, nah, bro, because it's like, you know, I don't sound good, or I don't, you know, I don't want people to think I'm trying to rap or anything like that. It's like, bro, come on. Like, you can't live to please and, you know, worry about what other people are going to say or think, because
people just need to get accustomed to the fact that you can't please everybody.
No, yeah, for sure, bro. And I learned that within my music, bro, because, like I say, when I drop shit, there's always somebody, you know, or a few people telling me, like, oh, bro, like, you should put out the shit you were on, like, when you were working on Welcome to the West, or you should put out the shit that, you know, you did on this album, the shit on, you know, there's always those expectations, there's always these standards that other people want to hear.
Exactly.
You know, and that's where it comes into play, to where, you know, being an artist isn't really all that simple and easy, especially if you have a goal, you know, and you know that you're trying to do something with it. You know, the only reason why I'm trying to do something with it is because, like, you know, I want other people, and I want my kids to be able to kind of, you know, say or see that, you know, my kids say, like, their dad followed their dreams, you know what I mean? Like, even though if he maybe didn't get all the way up there, like, he stayed persistent, he did this. Like, my thing is just about,
he did, like, what he loved.
I did what I loved. I didn't care about making it, you know what I mean? I still don't, you know what I mean? Of course I would love it, of course, like, it's a dream of mine, but, you know what I mean? I feel like at this point and stage of my life, like, I'm at a point where it's like, I'm comfortable if I don't. I'm comfortable knowing the fact that, you know, I might not stay doing this shit forever. You know what I mean? Like, when I was having this conversation with my girl, I was kind of like, what am I going to say when I hit 27, 28, and people are asking me what happened? What am I going to say? I can't deal with that, bro. Like, I can't deal with getting asked that, you know, and not having an answer, because what am I really going to say? You know?
Yeah.
That's why I'm comfortable, you know, with the mindset as far with music. You know what I mean? That's why I'm comfortable with the mentality I'm at right now, with doing everything on my timing and putting out what I want to put out, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to search for an answer to give other people when I don't even have an answer for myself, you know? Yeah. So I feel like if people understand it, they understand it. And if they don't, and they want to say, well, he just didn't make it, he's just another rapper who didn't make it, it's fine. That's fine, you know, because at the end of the day, I left something. I know when I walk out, the day I call it quits on this music, I left something, at least. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, I'm more than confident I'll leave something even bigger, you know. I'll definitely change the game up here more, maybe in a few years, you know, because I still got a lot of fight in me, you know, left. You know, I got a lot of fight in me left. But, I mean, I'm not going to have that forever, you know what I mean? And there's going to come a point in time where it's like, okay, like I gotta prioritize strictly myself and my family, you know, where I know I'm gonna wanna just call the music quits, you know? But my thing is that, you know, my biggest thing is I've always wanted to find an answer for myself before I could give anybody else an answer, because if anyone's gonna ask me what happened, it's gonna be me. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody else ask me, like, what happened before I can ask myself that.
Exactly.
So that's my biggest thing, is kind of finding that answer. You know what I mean? It's like, what will happen? What's gonna happen? You know, because I need to know for myself. You know, I gotta know for myself. I don't owe anybody an explanation, you know, but it's more about finding that answer for myself, because at the end of the day, I'm giving this music shit everything I have. You know what I mean? Like, people don't know what the fuck, like, I go through. You know what I mean? People don't know the time that I've sacrificed with my kids to, you know, perfect a song or an album for all these other people to listen and connect with. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like super, like, grateful, and I feel accomplished when people are telling me, you know, how much they enjoyed my albums or, you know, certain songs, because it's like, that's what I worked for. You know what I mean? To be able to create a connection with these random people who feel the same things that I feel, who think the same way that I feel. That I know there's a lot of people out there in the world, not only in the Valley, who are going through the same exact things that I'm going through. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Who probably need to hear the things that I've been told. You know what I mean? To build that relationship and share that relation to it. But I mean, it's cool. Like, it's cool what people want to say. It's fine. I don't have anything against that. People are gonna say what they want to say regardless. But at the end of the day, I know that I know what I'm doing. I know what's best for me, and I know that I live to please only my family and God.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep putting out music. You know, I'm gonna keep trying to connect with people. You know, if nothing comes with it by a certain point in my life, then, you know, that's where it comes down to me making, you know, decisions, you know, on things like that. But definitely everything that I'm gonna be putting out, everything that I'm gonna be doing music related, it's gonna be genuinely from the heart, from life itself, and it's all gonna be put, like, into that. And I feel like with what I have in the vault so far, you'll definitely be able to see it, hear it. I have a lot of perfection that I need to do, you know, because as an artist, as a creative, you know, you always have progress to be made. There's always ways to get better. But I'm excited, though. I'm definitely excited for the future projects that are going to be coming out, and the shows, things like that, because, I mean, I'm really trying to take it up a notch. I'm really trying to take it up a notch, like, big time. So definitely working towards that. I feel like right now the best I can do and give, you know, to the people who, you know, who actually care about what I'm doing with music, is the best thing I can give is just, you know, like, music videos and, you know, new songs, you know, albums and things like that. But I definitely am mapping out, you know, a blueprint for as far as, like, shows, you know, venues, things like that, because, I mean, I was talking to Verbos about this like a week ago. You know, we're talking about, we don't want to keep doing shows only in the Valley, only in Yakima. You know what I mean? We don't want that. You know, we want to start doing other shit other places, so that way, like, when we come back, you know, to Yakima and everything, it's like people are like, oh shit, they want to jump on it because they don't know when we'll perform again.
Exactly. And you don't know if the tickets are gonna sell.
Yeah. So, like, you know, we're definitely working on that a lot. I know, like I said, I know we've been quiet, but me, you know, I'm dealing with you know, life itself, and then still trying to figure out, you know, what I want to do as far as music, with projects, things like that. But it's all coming together, like, slowly. It's all coming together. I really do have high expectations for myself that I think other people will like, and I really do feel like what's to come is gonna be like game changing. Practically, it's gonna make people look at me different. Not in a bad way, but definitely people will see the growth. People will definitely see how out of my comfort zone I went, you know. And as soon as we get done with this podcasting, I'll show you some tracks I got and everything too. But I'm excited, bro. Just, you know, just expect to hear me working with other new artists. I'm definitely gonna be tapping into, you know, what a lot of, you know, everybody else is gonna be tapping into, and it's gonna be dope, bro. It's gonna be super dope. I feel like in the next year or two, like, shit's gonna be way past to like where I've been these past few years, and I know it, because it's just every time I feel like backing out of music, every time I'm so close to like calling it quits, like there's something that happens that like keeps me in it, you know, like I'm given these like opportunities and things like that. So it's like I know for a fact that God's telling me like keep going, you know what I mean, like keep at it, like, you know, you don't have to, you know, he's telling me you don't have to like be fucking sacrificing so much time for it and everything like that, like do it at your pace, you know, things like that, and I'll do the rest, you know what I mean.
Good things come to those who wait.
You know what I mean. I know God's telling me like get your tracks done, get, you know, all that and everything, and I'll take care of you from there. So that's definitely like a feeling that I have, you know. I be telling my girl all the time, like, you know, like I just feel like every time I feel like that like I'm done with music, I get brought back in without even like trying or wanting to, you know. So I know for a fact like that's God's sign right there. But I'm excited. I really am excited. I'm excited to get more opportunities, you know, participate in a lot of more things. I definitely want to try and be involved with the community, you know, more and stuff like that. But I want to maintain using my voice to make sure I get messages across, and I want to make sure there's an understanding that, you know, why I'm doing this, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I have a voice for other people, you know, and I feel like the things I put out, I'm speaking out for all of these people who can't find a way to express it. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I definitely am gonna keep doing that. I know people probably take it as a joke now, but I definitely know what I'm doing, and I definitely don't view myself as the way a lot of people probably view me, you know. But I feel like within time, I'll change that. Within time, I definitely will change that, and you know, when it comes, you know, people will be surprised with what comes with it. But I won't stop. I definitely don't plan on stopping anytime soon. You know, I definitely want to give myself a good long run before I even call it quits. So I want to give this music shit everything I got, so that way I can make sure I leave my mark one way or another, and I'm gonna do that.
So far, you're on the right path, man. I can definitely say that.
Stay on the right track.
From the outside, looking through the outside, I can definitely say you're on the right track.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, for real.
And with everything that you've been saying about like having all these expectations, with just struggling through just life in itself and dealing with everything while still chasing that dream in a way, but at your own pace. You're still doing it, dude.
Yeah,
like,
man. Cause
we're all hella proud of you, bro.
It surprises me, bro. I could go like a whole ass fucking like 6 months, bro, without dropping anything. And when I do drop something, like there's some sort of engagement. There. There's some sort of like there's still something there. You know what I mean? And that's what trips me out, bro. Cause it's like, damn, like I feel like myself, like if I look at somebody who does that shit that I'm doing, I'd be like, okay. All right, we'll see you. We'll see you in another 6 months.
Yeah, when you come back.
We'll see you when the next song drops. Again. Yeah, bro. So it's like, trust me. I know how that is, bro. Yeah. Like from the outside looking in and from the inside looking out, bro. I totally experience, and I'm both sides, bro. Yeah. But I mean, well, what I put out, I mean, I be putting out. I feel like the only stuff I put out really, like, where it's like stuff that's probably not like has 100%, like where it's like I didn't give everything, it's pretty much like my rough draft packs.
Oh yeah.
You know, those are all pretty much like songs that like I feel like didn't suit me, but it might suit someone else. You know what I mean? Like someone else, like me, like my judgment is way different based off of other people's. You know, so like me, I don't like to hold my tracks in the vault, bro. Like a lot of artists are like, nah, I don't fuck with this track, so it's never gonna see the day of light. You know what I mean? Me, I'd rather be like, fuck it. Somebody's gonna like it. Somebody's gonna fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. Perfectly worded, bro. Exactly. So that's where all of my rough drafts packs are all practically. They're all experiments practically. And songs that I pretty much didn't really think I did good on and stuff like that. You know, songs that were not properly mixed and mastered, you know, because they're rough drafts, rough draft packs.
Yeah, so exactly.
They're all rough drafts practically. But they're definitely songs that like have some sort of potential. So that's why I'm like, yeah, fuck it, release it. You know what I mean? Because somebody likes it, and I mean that's been the case. Like for every rough draft pack, you know, people fuck with it somehow, you know, some way. But I mean, my thing is just trying to be like consistent as possibly as I can, you know. So
same.
So I'm definitely, trust me, like, you know, for whoever's watching this podcast, like I definitely am, you know, trying to make sure I give you guys the best of what I can give you. And it's definitely coming from the heart. It's definitely coming from, you know, the soul, the mind, everything. I really do genuinely care about, you know, making sure, you know, you guys are not alone, and that you guys know that, like, you're not the only person who goes through these things or are in these situations. And I just want to be a walking definition to, you know, why, you know, people can make it out of the puddle that they're in. And you know, hopefully I leave some sort of legacy, and you know my fans, my family, friends, you know, all of you guys, you know, kind of keep that going. And it's one love. That's all it is. It's one love. Got to spread the love and positivity, bro. I mean, that's what we're on. There's too much negativity on in the world now, you know?
Exactly. And with that, I'll call it a closing for this episode, which was fucking awesome of an episode. I think we nailed it. And I appreciate you finally taking the time out of your busy schedule and making the time out for me in this episode. Like,
yeah.
This was long overdue, like I said earlier.
No, yeah, bro. I'm super glad we were able to get it over with, man. I'm glad, you know, I was able to kind of express, you know, and kind of let you and the viewers know firsthand, you know what I mean? Because I mean, my thing is being honest, you know what I mean? Like about myself, situations, just because, you know, I have a lot of regret off of, you know, being dishonest.
Yeah.
And you know, I really want to try to make up for that, you know. And I definitely do appreciate you, you know, getting me on. You know, it means a lot, you know, because, you know, it's even more special because, you know, we've grown up with each other, things like that. So it's definitely way easier to have, you know, conversations with you. But definitely, man, I'm definitely willing to come back, you know, anytime you want, bro. You know, it don't even gotta be about music, you know what I mean?
No, next time we don't need to talk about music at all. We can just talk about life.
Like life itself.
Be ready for that episode when that comes, guys.
Definitely, like, bro. We need a conversation about life, you know. And I did want to take it there too, but honestly, I feel like there's a lot of shit I had to clear up, you know what I mean, within this music shit, bro. And like, you know, I know a lot of people out there probably have like these questions, you know, that they want to ask me. But hopefully I was able to kind of answer some of those questions, and hopefully I was kind of able to change your guys' perspective on looking at me as an artist, because, you know, it's not easy being an artist, you know, or a creative in general.
I was just gonna say, or just doing anything creative.
It's not easy at all. So it's like, with people in certain career fields, I feel like, you know, a lot of people should put respect on it, because there's a lot that goes behind that, you know what I mean? Not just music, or anything that's content. There's a lot of shit, bro. So it's like, you know, hopefully this interview can kind of help people understand, not to kind of be biased and judged, you know, off of careers and, you know, what they do, because it's not easy at all, bro.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure you spend like hours trying to edit and fix one little bug that you don't like, shit like that. You know what I mean?
No idea.
Like, we put time into this shit, and I'm sure you invest money into this, bro. So it's like,
I've invested thousands of dollars into this
bro.
stuff, man.
So it's like, you know, hopefully, you know, a lot of you guys can kind of understand and put more respect on, you know, what, you know, I myself do, what, you know, Jason does, what athletes do, you know, anybody that's, you know, in the business perspective, whatever.
Just people trying to chase something that they're very passionate about that isn't in the norm.
Bro.
Like, we hope you guys give that much more support, because that much support is just that extra step forward for us. It keeps us going. It tells us that you guys want more of it, that you guys like what you're seeing, and that you guys are appreciating it. So showing that support, we don't play around when we say, like, that means the world to us.
No,
it really does.
It don't cost anything to share. It don't cost anything to like or comment. Like, trust me, like, it's so crazy, because the things that you can easily do that don't cost anything are the most important.
It's the little things that make a difference.
It's the most fucking important. Like, commenting, just as simple as, you don't even gotta comment words, you can just comment a fucking 100 emoji, a fire emoji, like whatever. Like, it don't cost anything, but that's like, people will be willing to like pay for other shit, you know what I mean? Things that do cost, you know what I mean? So like, hopefully you guys can kind of get that memo and switch that shit around and understand more that, you know, we don't care about the fucking money, because if that was the case, we would be fucking, he would be charging me to be on his podcast, or I'd be fucking charging him to have me on. You know what I mean?
There'd be money,
like,
just like transactions going on.
Exactly. So it's just like, you know, hopefully all of you guys out there can kind of put more respect on the crafts. Not saying a lot of you guys don't, but, you know, just hoping we could kind of change your perspective on, you know, on how this shit works and what exactly goes behind it, because it's a lot of pressure, it's a lot of expectations, like I was saying earlier, you know, and it's definitely mentally draining. It takes a toll on your mental health, on your physical health, everything. So you guys watching and commenting, liking, whatever, sharing, like that's enough for me personally.
It's more than enough.
You know, you know, he's saying it's more than enough for him, you know. So hey, I mean, if you don't got to pay to show support, you know what I mean? You really don't. So you know, hopefully, you know, you guys take that into consideration, and, you know, hopefully I was able to kind of give you guys some sort of advice, you know, that you guys can use to life itself, based off of my own experiences in music. But no, I do appreciate you having me on, bro. Definitely was a blessing. I was glad I was able to kind of express myself, you know, with the music shit, you know, because, you know, like I said, I feel like now I'm kind of taken as a joke. But, you know, hopefully maybe this will change other people's perspectives on how they look at it and everything. But remember, drink your water, stay fresh, stay clean, wipe your ass.
Put your mental health first, because those two blend so well together.
And be nice to the fucking world, and the world will be nice to you.
Spread the love.
Trust me.
You get what you give.
The universe awards you with what you give out. So definitely spread love and kindness. That's all I gotta say, man. I mean, you guys don't gotta support me, you know what I mean? But at least you can. You know, if you don't fuck with me or anything like that, at least, you know, share the video for him. You know what I mean? But, you know, I do look forward to, you know, coming on the podcast again. It was a huge blessing. And hopefully the people give and take something from this. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Even though it was all more about me and my life and stuff like that. But I feel like, you know, somebody can learn something from it, you know? Somebody can relate to it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But it was cool, man. I'm a big fan of your podcast, bro. I support it. You know, hopefully everybody else out there is supporting it. And I'm ready for the next episode, bro. The next episode, life,
too, bro.
Because we were in the car and we were already talking about extraterrestrials. We were already talking about Hollow Earth
fluently too. It was so natural. Like the moment we got in the car, I gotta edit this episode. We'll talk about that later.
Oh my god, man. We'll save that for another episode, man. But definitely.
Thank you guys for watching and listening.
Thank you guys, man.
Leave a comment, like, share, do whatever. Show some support. Show some love.
Yes,
show some love to AM.
No,
please.
yeah, for sure,
give
bro.
his music a listen if you haven't already.
If you guys don't have me on anything too, you guys can add me on Snap, Rails_AM. My Instagram is the same thing, Rails_AM. Rails, it's with a Z, not an S. You know, because a lot of people think it's a S, but it's a Z. So Rails_AM. And my Twitter is the same thing. Which, by the way, did you see what the fuck they did on Twitter? Do you have Twitter?
With the X, yeah.
The X and
not
everything like that? Nah, bro. It looks like a fucking shopping app. Like,
not a fan.
But fuck, man. Anyways, we're out, bro.
Love you guys.
Reppin' T-Town at its finest. Thank you guys for watching. Love y'all. Appreciate you, Jason. We out.
Likewise, bro. We out.